That's mad funny. That's mad funny. Hold up, chat. I actually have not actually prepared for this. Welcome, live from the guest room. Y'all saw way more of the guest room than I wanted y'all to see because my arm thing. 30 minutes already. There's no way I've been up here for 30 minutes and I didn't bring the book upstairs. There's no way I did that. All right, chat. I'll be right back. I definitely left the book downstairs. I'll be back. Chat, do not. Oh, let me go get my book. Going to get my book. Going to get my book. I left the book downstairs. I'm already live. See you, babe. Love you too. Can't come in, dude. Can't come in. Yeah, go downstairs with mom. Hey, go downstairs with mom. Boom, boom, boom. And we're back. Oh, and we're back. Okay, chat. How's the audio? How's the audio? Do y'all like the new set? The new. Do y'all like the different area that we're in for the stream for the reading of this book? I feel like it's kind of like cozy in the guest room. I think I kind of set it up kind of cozy, right? Can you hear now? No way. I just did that whole spiel with no audio. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yes, bet. Oh my goodness, chat. I just did a whole spiel, like elaborate. All of it is just elaborate, fantastic jargon there, you know? And there was no audio. Okay, well, let's get back to it, Rob. Okay, so we got the master key system. Sorry that there was no audio there, but thank you for standing around and letting me know there was no audio. Um, this is the book that X talks about in all of his videos back in the days. I've been wanting to get this book for a minute. This is not the version I was hoping to get, but it is the version I got, and I'm happy for it. The version I'm talking about is the sexy edition, like the hard brown one they have. Like the brown one is kind of thick. You feel me? Pause. Pause. No, did he? Um, but they didn't have that one at my local Barnes and Noble, so I picked up this version, and I'm glad I picked it up because this is a phenomenal read. It's so good that I was like, I gotta read this with the core. You feel me? I have to read this with the core. This is a phenomenal read, and we're going to be reading the first 10 pages. Pause. What's up? Going too fast? I'm trying to make up for lost time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make up for some lost time. I wasted like 5 minutes of y'all lives already as it is. But okay, but yeah, I really wanted to read this with y'all. You feel me? This is a fire book. I've enjoyed it from the get go. Even from the forward on, like it's crazy that this book is so good. Even in the forward, it's still so good. Um, and I wanted to share this with y'all. I wanted to read this with y'all. And I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you got some a pen, paper, maybe something you want to chill, maybe want to eat. Maybe you just want to listen. That's cool. Um, but I hope you enjoy. We're going to start with the forward. I'm going to read the first 10 pages, which will lead us into chapter one. And then if you want to come back, we'll read the next 10 pages in our next live stream. So without further ado, let's get into the book. Okay, so The Master Key System by Charles F. Hanel. I'm hopefully saying that right. And we're going to be reading the forward. So, forward, some men seem to attract success, power, wealth, and attainment with very little conscious effort. Others conquer with great difficulty. Still, others fail altogether to reach their ambitions, desires, and ideals. Why is this so? Watch as some men realize their ambitions easily, others with difficulty, and still others not at all. The cause cannot be physical, else the most perfect men, physically, would be the most successful. The difference, therefore, must be mental, must be in the mind. Hence, mind must be the creative force, must constitute to this, must constitute the sole difference between men. It is mind, therefore, which overcomes environment and every other obstacle in the path of men. When the creative power of thought is fully understood, its effect will be seen to be marvelous. But such results cannot be secured without proper application, diligence, and concentration. The student will find that the laws governing in the mental and spiritual world are as fixed and infallible as in the material world. To secure the desired results, put on. I have on pants, brother. Read to the side, then. Golly. Desired results, then, it is necessary to know the law and to comply with it. A proper compliance with the law will be found to produce the desired result with invariable exactitude. The student who learns that power comes from within, that he is weak only because he has depended on help from outside, and who unhesitatingly throws himself on his own thought, instantly rights himself, stands erect, assumes a dominant attitude, and works miracles. It is evident, therefore, that he who fails to fully investigate and take advantage of the wonderful progress which is being made in the last and greatest science will soon be as far behind as the man who would refuse to acknowledge and accept the benefits which have accrued to mankind through an understanding of the laws of electricity. Of course, mind creates negative conditions just as readily as favorable conditions. And when we consciously or unconsciously visualize every kind of lack, limitation, and discord, we create these conditions. This is what many are or sorry. This is what many are unconsciously doing all the time. We read. I'm not wearing any pants to be fair. I'd feel more comfortable if everyone chat took off their pants. Can y'all do that for me? I can't, but y'all could if y'all wanted to, actually. Unconsciously all the time. This law, as well as every other law, is no respecter of persons, but is in constant operation and is relentlessly bringing to each individual exactly what he has created. In other words, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall be he also reap. Abundance, therefore, depends on the recognition of the laws of abundance and the fact that mind is not only the creator, but the only creator of all there is. Certainly, nothing can be created before we know that it can be created, and then make the proper effort. Let's read that bar one more time, chat. Certainly, nothing can be created. Certainly, nothing can be created before we know that it can be created, and then make the proper effort. Easy example. Not you, bro. Just in the chat. I'm always comfortable not wearing pants in front of you, no matter. That's mad funny. That's mad funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Um, say this is an example I hear all the time. The first person to run the 4 minute mile, right? Um, Before the first person that was ever able to do that 4 minute mile, everybody thought it was impossible, right? And then the first person did it, and now everybody runs it like it's nothing. That's the easy example out there. As soon as you know that it can be done, it is done. As soon as you know that it can be done, it is done. You feel me? There is no more electricity in the world today than there was 50 years ago. But until someone recognized the law by which it could be made of service, we receive no benefit. Now that the law is understood practically, the whole world is lit by it. So with the law of abundance, it is only those who recognize the law and place themselves in harmony with it who share in its benefits. The scientific spirit now dominates every field of effort. Relations of cause and effect are no longer ignored. The discovery of a region of law marked an epoch in human progress. It eliminated the element of uncertainty and caprice in men's lives and substituted law, reason, and certitude. Men now understand that for every result, there is an adequate and definite cause, so that when a given result is desired, they seek the condition by which alone this result may be attained. The basis upon which all law rests was discovered by inductive reasoning, which consists of comparing a number of separate instances with one another until the common factor which gives rise to all of them is seen. It is this method of study to which the civilized nations owe the greater part of their prosperity and the more valuable part of their knowledge. It has lengthened life, it has mitigated pain, it has spanned rivers, it has brightened the night with the splendor of day, extended the range of vision, accelerated motion, annihilated distance, facilitated intercourse, and enabled men to descend into the sea and into the air. What wonder then that men soon endeavored to extend the blessings of this system of study to their method of thinking, so that when it became plainly evident that certain results followed a particular method of thinking, it only remained to classify these results. This method is scientific, and it is the only method by which we shall be permitted to retain that degree of liberty and freedom which we have been accustomed to look upon as an inalienable right. Because a people is safe at home and in the world only if national preparedness means such things as growing surplus of health, accumulated efficiency in public and private businesses of whatever sort, continuous advance in the science and art of acting together, and the increasingly dominant endeavor to make all of these and all other aspects of national development center and revolve about ascending life, single and collective, for which science, art, and ethics furnish guidance and controlling motives. The master key is based on absolute scientific truth and will unfold the possibilities that lie dormant in the individual and teach how they may be brought into powerful action to increase the person's effective capacity, bringing added energy, discernment, vigor, and a mental elasticity. The student who gains an understanding of the mental laws which are unfolded will come into the possession of an ability to secure results hitherto undreamed of, and which has rewards hardly to be expressed in words. Let me reach out real quick. What we doing? 4 minute, 4 minute miles. First one goes Roger. We're not unrelated to him, but that's fire, Chuck. Actually, that's fire. What we doing? We reading the Master Key System. Mario Moko. That's it. I'm fighting Chuck. I'll fight you right now, Mario. I'm always ready to my rules. The first rule, no pants. Second rule, we only fight to sexy music. All right, let's go. Just the pants. That's funny. Y'all wallet chat. It's bad funny. It explains the correct use of both perceptive and active elements of the mental nature and instructs the student in the recognition of opportunity. It strengthens the will and reasoning powers and teaches the cultivation and best uses of imagination, desire, the emotions, and an intuitional faculty. It gives initiative, tenacity of purpose, wisdom of choice, intelligent sympathy, and a thorough enjoyment of life on its higher planes. The master key teaches the use of mind power, true mind power, not any of the substitutes and perversions. It has nothing to do with hypnotism, magic, or any of the more or less fascinating deceptions by which many are led to think that something can be had for nothing. The master key cultivates and develops the understanding, which will enable you to control the body and thereby the health. It improves and strengthens the memory. It develops insight, the kind of insight which is so rare, the kind which is so distinguishing, which is the distinguishing characteristic of every successful businessman, the kind which enables men to see the possibilities as well as the difficulties in every situation, the kind which enables men to discern opportunity close at hand, for thousands fail to see the opportunities almost within their grasp, while they are industriously working with situations which, under no possibility, can be made to realize any substantial return. The master key develops mental power, which means others instinctively recognize that you are a person of force, of character, that they want to do what you want them to do. It means that you attract men and things to you, that you are what some people call lucky, that things come your way, that you have to come into an understanding of the fundamental laws of nature and have put yourself in harmony with them, that you are in tune with the infinite, that you understand the law of attraction, the natural laws of growth, and the psychological laws on which all advantages in the social and business world rest. Mental power is creative power. It gives you the ability to create for yourself. It does not mean the ability to take something away from someone else. Nature never does things that way. Nature makes two blades of grass grow where one grew before, and mind power enables men to do the same thing. The master key develops insight and sagacity, sagacity, increase independence, and the ability and disposition to be helpful. It destroys distrust, depression, fear, melancholy, and every form of lack, limitation, and weakness, including pain and disease. It awakens buried talents, supplies initiative, force, energy, vitality. It awakens an appreciation of the beautiful in art, literature, and science. It has changed the lives of thousands of men and women by substituting definite principles for uncertain and hazy methods, and principles for the foundation upon which every system of efficiency must rest. Elbert Gary, the chairman of the United States Steel Corporation, said the services of advisors, instructors, efficiency experts, and successful management are indispensable to most business enterprises of magnitude, but I deem the recognition and adoption of right principles to be of vastly more importance. The Master Key teaches right principles and suggests methods for making a practical application of the principles, in that it differs from every other course of study. It teaches that the only possible value which can attach to any principle in its application. Many read books, take home study courses, attend lectures all their lives without ever making any progress in demonstrating the value of the principles involved. The master key suggests methods by which the value of the principles taught may be demonstrated and put into actual practice in the daily experience. There is a change in the thought of the world. This change is silently transpiring in our midst and is more important than any which the world has undergone since the downfall of paganism. The present revolution, in the opinions of all classes of men, the highest and most cultured of men, as well as those of the laboring class, stands unparalleled in the history of the world. Science has of late made such vast discoveries, has revealed such an infinity of resources, has unveiled such enormous possibilities and such unsuspected forces that scientific men more and more hesitate to affirm certain theories as established and indubitable, or to deny certain other theories as absurd or impossible. And so a new civilization is being born. Customs, creeds, and cruelty are passing. Vision, faith, and service are taking their place. The fetters of tradition are being melted off from humanity. And as the dross of materialism is being consumed, thought is being liberated and truth is rising, full orbed before an astonished multitude. The whole world is on the eve of a new consciousness, a new power, and a new and a new consciousness, a new power and a new realization of the resources within the self. The last century saw the most magnificent material progress in history. The present century will produce the greatest progress in mental and spiritual power. Physical science has resolved matter into molecules into atoms, atoms into energy, and it has remained for Sir Ambrose Fleming in an address before the Royal Institution to resolve energy into mind. He says, in its ultimate essence, energy may be incomprehensible by us, except by an exhibition of direct operation of that which we call mind or will. Let us see what are the most powerful forces in nature. In the mineral world, everything is solid and fixed. In the animal and vegetable kingdom, it is in a state of flux, forever changing, always being created and recreated. In the atmosphere, we find heat, light, and energy. Each realm becomes finer and more spiritual as we pass from the visible to the invisible, from the coarse to the fine, from the low potentiality to the high potentiality. When we reach the invisible, we find energy in its purest and most volatile state. And as the most powerful forces of nature are the invisible forces, so we find that the most powerful forces of man are his invisible forces, his spiritual force. And the only way in which the spiritual force can manifest itself is through the process of thinking. Thinking is the only activity which the spirit possesses, and thought is the only product of thinking. Addition and subtraction are therefore spiritual transactions. Reasoning is a spiritual process. Ideas are spiritual conceptions. Questions are spiritual searchlights and logic. Argument and philosophy is spiritual machinery. Every thought brings into action certain physical tissue, parts of the brain, nerve, or muscle. This produces an actual physical change in the construction of the tissue. Therefore, it is only necessary to have a certain number of thoughts on a given subject in order to bring about a complete change in the physical organization of a man. This is the process by which failure is changed to success. Thoughts of courage, power, inspiration, harmony are substituted for thoughts of failure, despair, lack, limitation, and discord. And as these thoughts take root, the physical tissue is changed and the individual sees life in a new light. Old things have actually passed away. All things have become new. He is born again. This time born of the Spirit. Life has a new meaning for him. He is reconstructed and is filled with joy, confidence, hope, and energy. Let me read chat real quick. Okay. Let me read y'all over here going crazy. It's crazy. It's mad funny. All right. Okay, I wear pants. Blah, blah, blah. The chaps is crazy. Wear khakis. Mario, Mario, Mario. I'll be wearing you if you're not careful. I hope you stretch plenty before we fight because I got that girth boy crazy. All right. Fine. Fine PPP. I guess I can guess your favorite food. What's my favorite food? Tell me right now. Got that Chucky. Got that Chucky boy. I'm confused. All right, let's finish up. We're on the last page, chat. Last page of today's reading. The last page of today's reading. Next time we're going to read in the next 10 pages. He sees opportunities for success to which he was heretofore blind. He recognizes possibilities which before had no meaning for him. The thoughts of success with which he has been impregnated are radiated to those around him, and they in turn help him onward and upward. He attracts to him new and successful associates, and this in turn changes his environment. So that by this simple exercise of thought, a man changes not only himself, but his environment, circumstances, and conditions. You must see that we are at the dawn of a new day, that the possibilities are so wonderful, so fascinating, so limitless, core, as to be almost bewildering. A century ago, any man with a Gatling gun could have annihilated a whole army equipped with the implements of warfare then in use. So it is at present. Any man with a knowledge of the possibilities contained in the master key has an inconceivable advantage over the multitude. We just read the first 10 pages of the master key system. The first 10 pages have just happened to be the forward. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed the reading of this book. I don't know about a key. That's mad funny. Um, in the first, and I'll just go over the first 10 for anybody who just now joined the stream. And if you want a synopsis of what we just read real quick. So what we just read real quick in the forward of the Master Key System, right, is that every man, every woman, every human on this planet has the ability to change their reality, right? And now I know y'all have seen a lot of this on the internet, and I know it's been a lot of people saying a lot of woo woo stuff on the internet. I see it all the time. I read stuff like this, so of course it's on my YouTube feed, right? This is not woo woo. This is not some woo woo stuff. The reason why I like this book is because it's not a woo woo book, right? This is a book that gives you practical advice on how to change your life if you so desire, right? And it lets you know from the jump of reading the forward, and that's why I enjoy this book so much, why and how you should change your life. And, gives you a nice little guideline of everything to do. Um, as we go through this book, you'll see that there are chapters in this book. And after each chapter, the author gives an exercise for you to do, and they want you to do it for an entire week. We will go through and do all these exercises together. We will spend a week per chapter. We will read chapter one probably sometime next week, and then we will spend the rest of that week practicing what chapter one has for us to do, right? And then we will keep doing that as we get through all the chapters, and then we will be hopefully in the direction we desire, right? And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. I hope it was very very clear to you while I was reading, and I enjoyed this book, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. This is the Master Key Society, a book recommended by XX. A lot of XX fans still in this world, still living to this day. Um, I honestly was never really a fan. I just enjoyed his music after he passed. One of my homies put me on when he passed. Um, but I do enjoy this book. Uh, and I hope you do too. I hope you show up to the next stream. And I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And I'm going to go ahead and do the outro. So, hope you all have that limitless. Oh man, I just sold the outro. We all got that limitless core, baby. I appreciate you. I might even love you, but I'm for sure glad you woke up today, and I'm for sure glad you joined today's stream. Um, the Master Key System. First 10 pages, the forward that we read today. One more time. Just letting you know from the jump of this book, that anything you desire can happen. You just have to put your focus and your attention on what you actually desire in life and stop getting so distracted by everything else that's around you. um, Distraction is, the enemy of success. Don't be so distracted, and lock in, bro. Everybody be talking about lock in for real. you know um, and lock in with your boy, and let's keep reading 10 pages at a time. We read chapter by chapter, and we do the exercises together. And I hope to see you back in the next stream, and I hope you enjoyed it. So peace, we out of here.